Hi guys, and welcome back to OG Cars, and in today's video you join us with Penny, our reliable shared daily modern vehicle which never has any problems. And we decided on the weekend just gone that we would prepare it for the upcoming MOT literally in a few days, and we would do a new thermostat. So I replaced the thermostat because the old one was stuck open and therefore overcooling. So that is now sorted, and the car has now rewarded us by breaking down instead. So it's been a couple of days since I've done the thermostat. Everything's fine. We've checked the coolant, it's been bled, and it's all good. Everything's fine. So I drove to work on Monday, absolutely fine, and Tuesday this morning I drove to work and suddenly ping when I was changing from second to third. But it wouldn't go to third, it was just sort of flopping over towards first. It was just stuck in this angle, and it was very, very loose, no resistance at all. And I thought, this is a bit odd. I slowly lifted the clutch back up, and I was still in second gear. So I knew at this point I couldn't change out of it. And because I was just coming on to what was going to be the A470, I decided to pull off on the roundabout. So instead of going onto a 70-mile-an-hour road, I went onto a 60-mile-an-hour road instead. Got into a lay-by and called recovery. That took 4 hours to arrive. So after a brain-rotting 4 hours, we were loaded up down the road because the guy said he couldn't load me up where that lay-by was. So I had to actually drive it down the road with my hazards on at like 30 miles an hour or so, revving the nuts off it. But yeah, got loaded up, brought back, whatever. Not too happy it took 4 hours, as you may be able to tell. But work were very understanding. I worked from home afterwards because Pandino has no time about right now either. That's another story. Here's the problem, all right? It doesn't go to the right, and it has no resistance whatsoever. Nightmare. So luckily, working for Fiat for 6 years has taught me that this problem is pretty much always exclusively down to the gear cables failing. It doesn't actually happen that often, but it's a semi-common known issue on the Pandas, Puntos and 500s. So what we're going to do now is just get those gear cables off. I've ordered some new ones already, so hopefully they'll be here in a couple of days' time, ready for the MOT on Friday. So this is all very quick fire, and I'm hoping it'll go back together. So now I can remove the part that I literally removed the other day, which is the battery tray with the ECU, just to get a little bit of access down the back towards the gear cable so that we can get the ends off of the gearbox side. And there we have it. Getting stuck again. Battery tray is now out. It's literally 2 bolts, 1 nut there, and then like 84 clips along the bottom, the back. So basically all the places you can't really get to, and obviously the ECU clips as well. But yes, that all comes off as one. It just makes accessing it easier. You could probably stuff your hand down the back of there and just about get to them, but there's no point when it's so easy to take out. Okay, so you've got 2 cables. You've got this one here, and there's one just beyond down the back there. So what we're going to do is remove the front section. I'll show you how in a moment. And then there's a clip just on the rear section there, and then that's basically it on the gearbox end. The one down the back is still a bit of a pain in the ass, even with the battery tray out, but it gives you a bit of room to get your arm in there to push it off. There we are. Okay, so now that the ends are off, we have to get those little annoying like circlip things off the end, just to be able to get the rest of the cable out of the gearbox end. So I think I'm going to need pliers or something similar, so I'm just going to go and find some now, see if we've got something that'll fit. Pliers. And here it is, the annoying clip on the end. I just put it on the top like that, and I was basically turning it like that until it pinged off, and then the cable literally just pushes through. So I'll do that on the other one now, and then we are done on this side for now. Second clip is off. I may have had to use this because the pliers didn't really fit. I didn't have leverage. So when you need leverage, this is the one. So now we've done that, to get them actually out, we have to do it from underneath. But first, let's remove the other side. So let's hop inside the car. Here we are. Let's get this gear gaiter off. The gear gaiter literally just pops off. You just pull it very lightly. Just be careful with the plastic ring around it. But yeah, it literally just pops off. And then to get the top piece off, you've got a screw either side at the rear section here. And that should allow the clips to come out on this top section. And we then need to remove the lower section. That's that section just there. Okay, so we've got fixing here and here, which is just T30s. It looks like someone's been here before, but this one is suspiciously loose. There's also a couple of very small torques just on the lower of each side of this. So let's get them undone and get this off now. Okay, so there's a little clip that holds the front of the right side only, which is very annoying. But there we are. That's that piece out, and we can get to our cables at the bottom there now. Now it's all lax on that side. It does actually move around a little bit. What we're going to do is remove the bits this side. I'm trying to remember how it all comes apart now. There's certainly two of those annoying clips, I can see those, and then I think it's literally just a similar thing where you just pop the two ball joints off again, and then I think you can sort of pass them down and push a rubber boot through, or you push them up. Can't remember which way, but we'll find out shortly. So I've just popped off the ends with a screwdriver and just taken the clips out of the screwdriver. There's 3 nuts holding these studs, and there's 1 bolt in the bottom of this section here, and that just allows us, I believe, to pull this plastic section with the shifter off and above the shift cable. So let's just give that a try now. But wait, there's more. There wasn't more, it did just fall off, and then you can literally just lift it above these cables, so the cables are still in place. And yeah, there we go. So as I remember now, I believe these actually come up outwards, and then you put the new ones in, you put everything back in on top of it. So what I'm going to do is just remove this little plate here. There's 430 mils on, so let's get rid of that and then see if we can pull it free. And there we are, that's the plate out of the way. So we've got the 2 cables attached by this rubber boot thing, and who knows if it'll just pop out. Not just like that, maybe with a screwdriver. Yeah, it's tight. And there we are. That's that section out. We're going to have to jack it up and get underneath just to check, as I think there's a clip holding it just underneath where we can't get to. Okay, it's on the jack and a couple of axle stands, so now it's time to slot myself underneath and see what I can find. So underneath I can actually see there's just 1 clip for each cable just in front of where we've pulled it out of there, just above the subframe. The hardest bit to get to from where I am, but I'll manage it. I'll pull them out now and see what happens. My back is now completely covered in dust because I've been lying on this very dusty floor, and G has very helpfully pulled the cables from the inside for me, and as you can see, here they are. There's the gearbox end, and yeah, one of these cables is our problem. It's certainly not looking too good down there. It's sort of split on the end of that cable, so that could well be the one. Either way, we've got a new set on order. Let's wait for them to arrive and get them fitted. Let's just see if we can find the problem. So this one, that one's actually okay, it's pushing the other end. This one, we'll do it. That shouldn't do that. And you join us a couple of days later, a matter of hours in fact, before the MOT tomorrow morning. And you join me here with these new cables, which are much like the old ones, except the end is still attached, which is always nice. So let's go and check these cables in the car now, and hopefully we'll have gear linkages restored. I won't bore you with all the details, but fitting it back in is pretty much reverse of removal. Just make sure to do up these end nuts if they are like these ones, aftermarket ones. But yeah, just make sure you've got, I think it's the big bit at the back. You can just compare it to your gear linkage just to be sure. But basically it's going in this way. So we're just going to feed it in this way, pop this in. It's a little bit tight, so maybe get a bit of spray on there. And yeah, push it in, pull it from underneath. And then yeah, we're just going to clip all the ends in and put it all back together. Oh, that looks all right, to be fair. Okay, so that's everything bolted back together on this side. You just put the nuts and the bolt back in. For this section, you've got the cable ball joints to stick on and circlips, and we just put the ball joints and the circlips on the gearbox side as well. There's some adjuster nuts. It took me a while to find fifth, but I've got it now. So we've got first, second, third, fourth, and finally fifth, and we've got reverse as well. You just want to make sure it's centered fairly nicely as well. And then, yeah, we're just going to stick the cover and the gaiter back on. Now, time's getting on a bit, and you know what? I want to go to bed soon, so I'm going to let G go inside and warm up, and I'm just going to put the last bits back together, and we'll catch you very shortly to see how Penny does on her MOT. Fingers crossed. Okay, so apologies that the clips have just jumped around here, but we've just done a trip to Plymouth and we're on the way back, and Penny's been absolutely fine.
and luckily passed that all-important MOT. One advisory on a top mount on the offside front, but they said not to worry about it for now, so that's all good. The gear cables, they were a pain to adjust up, but ultimately they are done. We have passed the MOT, so we're really happy, and yeah, Penny lives to fight another day. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Like, comment and subscribe, and we shall see you all in the next one.